Good evening. I regret I couldn't be with you in person tonight at this inspiring event with Mir Karen Bass in Bel-Air. My gratitude goes to Mir Bass for her leadership and to my dear friend Natalie Beesnall for bringing this occasion to my attention. I'm also delighted that Faith for Our Planet, an NGO that I direct, could be a sponsor for this event. At Faith for Our Planet, or FFOP, we have a simple yet profound goal: to transform faith leaders across the world into becoming climate leaders. After all, the world already possesses the financial resources, the technology, the political structures to address the climate crisis. What we really lack is moral leadership, the guiding force that faith has always offered. To give a sense of why that values-based approach to the climate crisis is so crucial, I recall being at COP28 last year alongside Natalie and others. And there we witnessed the first ever global agreement on fossil fuels. A milestone, not without its critics, but progress nonetheless. However, on that same night, I can still remember speaking to folks about how all of this progress, whatever that agreement signified, it could all be undone if Trump comes to power. So how do we create movements that can stand up to this powerful, toxic tide of populism? Well, that requires in part values-based leadership. It requires bottom-up efforts that can harness emotion, values, moral conviction to inspire action and shift opinion. It's also why moral leadership inspired by faith values have underpinned efforts like the civil rights movement in the US and the anti-apartheid campaign in South Africa, both of which succeeded despite brutal political opposition. And therein we can take a very important lesson. It's also why gatherings like this one are so important, where faith-inspired leaders, political actors, civil society leaders, cultural icons are all in the room. Now, there are a couple of FFOP initiatives that I'd be remiss if I didn't mention. At FFOP, we work with faith leaders across sub-Saharan Africa, South Asia, ASEAN, Europe, and increasingly North America, a region we're very keen to double down on. Right now, we're focusing on elevating the powerful yet overlooked role of women of faith in climate action, and are currently building a fellowship program for BIPOC women of faith in partnership with Harvard University. We have also launched 3 years ago now the world's first global youth interfaith fellowship program at Duke University, which brings young spiritual leaders from around the world to Duke to learn about climate and how they can scale up their efforts. We would be honored to work with others in this room today on any of these initiatives. I should also mention that FFOP will be launching its major flagship summit in the European Parliament in February 2025. And it will be a historic endeavor whereby indigenous leaders, gender champions, youth icons, and spiritual leaders from the global south will come to this perhaps most secularly orientated institution, policy institution in the world, quite possibly, to build a global north, global south partnership to combat climate change. Yet at this forum, it is important we have voices from North America, progressive voices, especially at these very testing times. And I invite those in the room today to reach out if engagement on any of these initiatives are of interest. And with that, I leave you. I know these are very testing times, but these are the times where true leadership often also emerges and where we have an opportunity to reconnect with our core values. Thank you for this opportunity, and I hope to follow up with further collaborations in the near future. Thank you. Bye-bye.